Alright, so let's take a look at my mods here. I was hoping to just show somebody what I do as an example for my character. Excuse me, having some coffee again. That's pretty normal. So I just want to make sure my sound's on. It's no good for me to be talking if you can't hear me. Anyway, so all I want to do through. I don't see any new updates here, so we can ignore a lot of this because a lot of this is just little game changes and little things. You see some are missing. That's because I found that they either didn't work for me or I couldn't get them to work, so I dropped them. These, I believe, are working, especially these two. Just so you know, they seem to be working in my game. So now, what we were going to look at was my character and the mods. Excuse me, the mods involving my character, especially the skin. But let's just roll down to. We have to get past the armors and stuff. Let's see. Oh, did I turn on all the... I guess I turned on all the little people. Okay. Well, that's good. I turned them back on. I turned them off. My game, just so you know, I'm on the Xbox One, the original. It's not an S and not an X. So there seems to be a limit. Like right now, I don't think I can use all three of these as far as adding more people to my game. I can use these. These are limited to the dungeons mainly. So they seem to work okay. And then these people that I add on, that seems to be okay. And I have the winches mods, which adds people. And that seems to be okay. When I go beyond that and I start adding these others, I thought I was having trouble. I'm going to come back to these and turn them back on one at a time and test them out, but I haven't got there yet. That's really not what we're here for right now anyway. So, okay, here we go. So after these overhauls and after the mannequins, these are the mods I use for my characters. This is, well, I mean, you can basically read it. It's KS Hairdos. It's the live version. How many do they say they have? They have 20 male and 20 female hairstyles. Now, why that takes up that much space, I don't know, but that's life. As near as I can tell. I just couldn't... I didn't want to put the space into the full KS Hairdos because it seemed like a lot. So this is the body for my guys. Kind of, I think of it as kind of a superhero body. Since I really don't have armors and stuff for it, I don't know that it makes that much difference, but I have it anyway. For the girls, I'm using this now. I was using, and I would still say that if you don't like this body, the Seraphim Body is probably the next best bet, because there's so much stuff made for the Seraphim Body that it's really good. This is Spartan's body, so you really have to use one of Spartan's armor mods to really see this. Let me scroll back up, I'll show you. I am using... Oh, where's it at? It's up here somewhere. Give me a second. Okay, I'm using this one. Now, this one is the one with the... It's actually with the smaller boobs, but that's just what it is. To me, this is his best armor replacer. And I wish it was made for the body I'm using, but it's not as made for his other body. But still works out really well. If he ever makes a version for this body, then I will change my armor replacer. But for right now, that's a good armor replacer. It seems to cover most everything. It's really nice. So moving on, getting back to my characters' bodies. And I think some of these also affect the NPCs. So, like this affects the NPCs. But my NPCs, the faces and stuff, are mainly affected by these overhauls here. which they've been taken down. So I can't say much about that. I don't know if that person is ever bringing back any of their mods. There is a mod out there that says it does the same thing, but it's a lot bigger than these two, and it's that the Beauty of Skyrim, and then they have a winches piece for it too. But both pieces I think are bigger than this, so I'm really desperately holding on to this because this seems really good. And this combines, what did they say originally? This combines Botox and some other mod that I'm not that familiar with. So that's the NPCs though, that's not my character. Okay. So like I said, some of these also affect NPCs, but we're just looking at the characters we create. This is supposed to be a better mouth and teeth. I'm undecided if I can see that much difference. It seems good though, but like I said, I really probably need to flip it off and on a few times and see if I can tell that much difference. It's small though, so it's not a big deal. I do like natural eyes. I've been using that for a while. And I don't know. I don't know if it makes a huge difference, but it looks a lot better. Of course, I mean, you really have to be kind of up in somebody's face to appreciate the difference. But, you know, we do talk to some NPCs, and anyway, it looks nice. This Vanity Kit, now what does this do? This is hair colors, makeup colors, and skin colors. Oh, this is the one. This is probably what prompted the question. Because this has different skin colors and hair colors and paint colors. And I'm using this mod, like for, I forget the character's name, but I was making a high elf mage and I was just trying different skin colors on her and different things. So I was using this mod for that. And, but I like the fact that it gives you more hair colors and makeup and skin to choose from. It's kind of sad when all the high elves look so much alike, or your dark elves. I don't know. Sometimes I preferred the bluish dark elf, you know, rather than the grayish dark elf. So, excuse me again. Anyway, so I'm using this Vanity Kit, and let's see. Okay, so that, but now this is skin colors in general. Then I have these presets for the face. Now they say not to combine these two up. But both of these say it might work if you do it in this order. I have not made a new character since I've tried this, but so far it hasn't affected my old characters. What I need to do is go in, maybe we'll do that. We'll try to create a new character and see if these two are going to conflict, if we come out with some horrible morphed person or what. But just my idea here was to try to get as many different presets as we could to choose from. Now, and this is on the males here. I use that preset for them because I think they look better than the regular guys. And I think I'm getting a phone call, so I am going to have to pause this for a minute, and I will be back. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Hopefully my sound is still okay. Let's see. I'm just going to do a quick... Yeah, okay. That sounds pretty good. I think that's still good. Alright, so anyway. And these are the male presets. There's fewer of these, and you'll notice a lot smaller file. But I still like them, and since they have at least one of each, you know, I like that. I haven't really tried... The only High Elf I'm playing, he's unmodded, so I haven't tried High Elf preset. I've tried the Breton preset. I like that. I don't think I've tried the... Well, I think I tried the... There's not an Imperial one. There is not. Why is there not an Imperial one? Or at least they don't list it. Well, anyway. Moving on. That's, you know, for if you play a guy. And some of these things, I mean, you'll notice most of these are for females. That's because most of them are for females and work pretty exclusively for females. And then the few things I have that are male-oriented, they work exclusively on males, which is fine. I just want my guys to look kind of super heroic. I'm an old comic book fan, and I just, you know, just want my guys to have, you know, a bit of a Conan look. Maybe not too much. Maybe I'm going more for Captain America, Submariner, or Superman, Batman type of look. Anyway, then we get to the real textures here, which is the Beauties of Skyrim, not to be confused with that other mod I mentioned earlier. You'll notice these are pretty small. And the Beauties of Skyrim, Beautiful Vampires. These are your, or for me, they're my skin textures. And that's all they do is paint the skin. I guess that's the best way to say it. They color it, paint it, smooth it, however you want to think of it. If we look down through here, they try to explain what they do. It also says it improves teeth textures. Makes me wonder, do I need that mouth and teeth thing then? Or if I need to move it down here if I'm even seeing the change. That's my problem, not your problem. Anyway, so I can tell you that this does really, when you have it in the right place, when you have it below everything else, it paints everybody in the game so that you don't get any of those little lines or seams around the neck and wrists and ankles. If you get that, usually something is out of place or there's some sort of conflict. And you can see here they recommended some things, which mostly, I guess I don't use most of those, do I? Nope. But that's okay. Well, they recommend teeth themselves. Anyway, so, and this tries to tell you, let's see, this tries to tell you the texture artists, where they get the skin colors from. So this is what I'm using, and this affects my character, and I think it affects NPCs as well. And then I have this little patch for the light hairdos. And then you get into my maps, and I have some other patches. But I don't think any of the rest of these really affect appearance. But let's just make sure. I would hate to tell you that's everything. Okay, no, that's everything. So I thought I kept all my appearance stuff together. There would have to be something unusual for me not to have it here. So, so this is all my appearance mods. There's one other mod that kind of affects, like, the color of my character. And it's kind of odd because I use it really just to saturate my game, which means I try to intensify the colors in my game. And it is this. And this could be if you think my character's skin is bright or, I don't know, brighter or more colorful. It could be because of this mod, Display Enhancements, because I use that to saturate. I add saturation to the game, and I'll show you that. Yeah, we'll create somebody new, and I'll show you. And that may be what you're seeing. It's just the difference in how I saturate my game. If you don't do any of that, you may or may not have noticed or seen that. The only other thing I do is I use this, and I disable. What do I disable? I disable bloom, because bloom is really just a blurry effect that I don't like. And then the other one, the eye adaptation, I actually leave that on, because if you don't, I don't know, every so often, every few minutes it seems like to me, your screen will get weirdly dark or dark and bright in a strange way, and it's hard to combat that. But the eye adaptation takes care of that when you're transitioning from light to dark. And if you turn it off, then it doesn't seem to do the game doesn't seem to handle that very well. Whereas the bloom just makes things blurry, and for that reason, I mean, you can just try it sometime and take a look at the bloom. Is just, I don't see the point in that. There probably is some real reason they did that, but I don't know what it is. Okay, so we need to try to just make somebody new, and I need to show you the display enhancements, because I use these things all the time and I don't think anything about it. So display enhancements is probably on all the time. And I probably need to just turn that off and make somebody, and then see if any of that makes any sense. So, and I'll try to link all the little appearance mods I use here. If you see anything that I missed or you think is important, or you can ask, okay? Alright, so let's make somebody new. I'll just make a new test person, and we'll go to the cheat room, which is another mod that I use, but you're probably familiar with that. I don't think that would be an issue. Let's hop out here. Let's make somebody new. Matter of fact, maybe we'll do... What was that I was doing in that video? I think it was a high elf, wasn't it? Yes, that's fine. Not that it much matters. But, okay, cheat room's installed. That's good. Let's go here. Well, I don't know. I wonder which would be better, actually. I mean, Sif is a female Nord. I wonder if I should abandon this for a moment. But actually, this is okay for the moment. What's this? Save and reload. Yes, display enhancements. Now, right now, display enhancements is not on. Sorry, I have crazy stuff going off. I don't think it's truly active, though we may still be getting some effect from it since I've not reset the Xbox or anything. Okay, this is good. That's fine. Actually, I guess we could do more than one person, couldn't we? Just to get an idea for a humanoid and a non-humanoid. So, like, let me go back to the race for a minute. Let's do the high elf first. Okay. So, skin tone, I've got the little twirly thing on, which is really probably too bad. I probably shouldn't have that on right now. I don't see the point in not doing that. That's just me. I like blue. Blue's cool. Oh wait, I'm gonna mess with the... Yeah, it's okay. I'm trying to look for a better preset. Yeah, I really should not have the twirly on. Hold on a second. We're gonna... that's fine. We're not gonna keep this person anyway. I'm just not going to do that. Hold on a second. Let's just quit out of this. Yes, that's fine. Let's go change it so they're not twirling, because that's a little aggravating. I'll be nice and say it that way. The twirling is too much sometimes. That's why I was looking at all these other idols. I thought I had left one of the other idols active, but I must have turned it off. The twirling is fine sometimes. I really was looking for something different because the lifelike idols, they tend to, I almost always have a shield, and they tend to stick the shield right through their head, and it's a clipping, weird looking effect that I don't like. I was trying to avoid. I think I had found a general all-around idol I liked. Let me see. Yeah, I think this one generally was okay. This gets rid of the twirling animation. This one does too. Most of these are pretty decent. This was the one that had the clipping with the shield. I don't know. There was one of these. This one, I think this one's kind of funny and good in its own way. One of these was different. You know what? It doesn't matter for our purposes. I'm making way too much of this. Sorry. Let's just pick one and move on. Alright, so... everything else should be okay. I'm just double checking. Yeah, I didn't see anything else that I would be alarmed by. I always keep a lot of mods. I always keep like over 100 mods, and even though a few will be inactive, most of them are active. A lot of them are convenience things, and you know, but some, like I've shown you, some are appearance related. Okay. So, let's go back to, let's just do new again. I'll delete that other one later. I don't really care about it right now. I just want them to quit twirling. Twirling is too much for me at this moment. Because when they're busy twirling, you can't get a good look at their face or their hair, and it just drives you crazy. Though for our purposes right now, I should just move along and not take too long, since we're really more focused on other things. So let's go up to the high elf. We're going to do one here. Actually, what if we do... the Breton's always one of my favorites. Let's just do a Breton, and then maybe a dark elf for fun. Oh, there we go. Alright, so... yeah, that's a nice preset. I think that's fine. I like her. She's good. I always go for the far left skin tone. I get them as pale as possible. If that sounds offensive, I don't mean it offensive. It's just, I have all these colors to choose from. But in the past, I didn't. So I always went with just the lightest color, because I didn't really like, unless you do this, like that's a decent brown. But the old brown skin tone was not very good. It was really too reddish. I didn't like it very much. So I never used it. But I mean, what can I say? Anyway, I've got all these skin colors to choose from, and it could be that one of these skin colors is more like what you want if you're looking for something bright. And there's some different colors here. Let's see what all we have to choose from. See, like now that's That's not bad. That looks pretty good. But it doesn't have the funny red. I think that still has the funny reddish look that I don't like. Anyway, it's just me. So I usually go like all white or all dark or whatever, but not much in between. Now these though, since I've had these, I do like the colors. The blue and the purple. Maybe that's the red that anyway, it's hard to remember. So, but what I do, usually, on the humans, is I just go all the way as bright as you can get. Just like I do all the way as heavy as you can get. The complexion, I keep that over. Don't need dirt or any of that. You can do war paint, of course, but I don't usually do war paint. But you can. You can play around with that. There's a lot of war paint colors here if you want to use them with the mods I have. So I just don't usually use those. I may have an exception, but anyway. So let's see, what have we got here? Here you can play around with the different colors, like if you want a little blush on their cheek or not. And I do, it's fine. A little blush is good. I don't like for them to have the red nose. Some people like that. I don't really like that. Let's see, so all that's fine. Eyes shape is fine. Even the color looks fine. You'll notice the eyes look pretty good. I'm not going to mess with that. I'm not going to mess with the eye makeup because it's really just beyond me. I'm not woman enough to figure it out. How's that? The brow, that brow is okay. Oh, well, maybe that's better. I think I have more brow options too. I usually don't look at them very much. That's okay. I don't know about that one. I have no idea. Why did I even start this? Oh my goodness. Let's leave that alone. That would be fine. Let's move on. Another thing I do is I just give them a little red there. I always like that. Now the hair, since I have some extra fancies to choose from, we'll just take a random one. We got extra hair colors to choose from. Oh, there's a good random one. We'll just go with that. Yep, that'll be fine. I just held the button, held the stick over until I got something and just let it go. Alright, so let's go with that. Yes, you can name our character. And I have a tendency to always name on test when I'm just testing, because it's not a character I'm going to keep. Conjure familiar added, okay, so. Alright, so we're in the little alternate star area, which you're probably familiar with. If not, that's a mod you should probably look at. Cheat room, I cannot go to cheat room from here. The game does not like for me to do that. Oh, let me check something. I think for display enhancements to turn on, we have to do a save and a reload. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm just going to do a save. Nothing fancy. And then we're going to load. I think this may also kick off some other mods. This is just something I normally go through. So, tweak commands, that started up. I'm going to put this on so that we can use it when we're ready. Alright, so let's just get out of here. We're going to go...
Approach, my child, and choose where your new life shall
on
begin.
something. I usually go to Breeze Home because that's easy. I can test a lot of stuff.
Even a modest existence is something to admire.
Okay, so let's go there. Ta-da! Here we go. From here we can go to cheat room and we can go through some of those things. We can even change her in whatever way we want. It doesn't matter. We can even change her race, whatever. I don't know. I don't remember if we can change the sex of them. Maybe. Anyway, so she ends up here in Breeze Home, and she's wearing whatever clothes this is. So that's how that looks. Honestly, I didn't remember. Anyway, they don't usually wear these clothes very long. Oh, I just keep walking into things. Okay, but see, the twirling thing is turned off, so that's good. I don't really have a follower yet, so I don't know what that message is about. Let's do a quick save here. And we'll get our magic. What we want is cheat teleport. We just want to go to the cheat room. Boom. I think it would be easier to show what happens. So okay, let's hit display enhancements. Okay, so now this is display enhancements, blah. I'm going to remove everything. I'm going to make sure that the game is just normal modded without any special effects from display enhancements. Okay, all the effects are removed. It looks okay. I don't see any big difference, so maybe it wasn't on anyway, so that's good. Let's see. Do we need to... Alright. That's probably unnecessary, but anyway, you can see the skin there. Now I'm going to use display enhancements, and I'm going to do what I normally do. I normally go into cinematic options. I don't normally increase the brightness. You can, and under certain circumstances I have, but I don't normally. I usually do 10. I usually hit the saturation 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You should be able to tell that the colorization is intensifying. And then on the contrast, I usually hit 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this looks strange. Hold on. Let's hit a couple of brights. 1, 2. Oh, maybe I am using 3 brights. 3 brights. Okay, let's just... I change what I do sometimes. So... Okay, so that should be how everybody in my game looks, at least here in the cheat room. Now, if you put... I believe this is correct. Now, we can load up one of my other characters and check and make sure. If we wanted to change something about her, we could change it here in the cheat room. You can do that if you want to change the race and everything, or you can do the limited, if you know this is the full thing, or you can do the limited one and just change your basic appearance without changing your race or sex or anything. I'm really not sure if that one will allow you to change your sex. Anyway, so I don't know if this is going to show up the way we were expecting it to or not. Let me save right here. We're just going to do a quick save. Alright. We're going to load up my character. No. Hold on. Well, there's Sif. Okay, she's a Nord, and she's the one I've been playing that looks like, well, that I kind of patterned after Thor a bit. But if you notice, the display enhancements did affect the skin as well. So besides all the mods I'm using that display enhancements. And you might be able to use that yourself to get a more intense color or a brighter color. Oh, I shouldn't go to, well, okay, well this will just be another humanoid. I'll go, we'll load up the dark elf and the high elf in a minute. Because just loading up this is a Nord instead of a Breton, but it's still a humanoid, so it's not going to look, probably not going to look vastly different. This is at night. Let's see, is there anything? Is there anything different about her display enhancements? I don't think so. I think hers were the same as the other one. But you know, she doesn't look exactly the same, does she? Let's check out. This is what I get for playing with so many different things, right? Let's do display enhancements. Let's just let her remove all her effects and see how that affects her. Yeah, you can see it does make a big difference to her as well as the rest of the game. Now let's do... You can also play around with some of these other things, but if you really torch your game up bad, you'll want to come down here and say remove all effects to get it back to normal, so you can just play with it. I had to play around with this, and I think I even researched some stuff on the internet just to see how other people used this. And then I finally just played around with it a little bit more until I figured out what I wanted. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Alright, so does that look about the way it was? It looks about the way it was. Now, let's hop out of this for a second. Let me check my system display. Because okay, so I've got that just on average, in the middle of the road brightness. So if you do want to, if you don't like this, if you want your game to be a tad bit brighter, and I do this sometimes for, I had forgotten, but I do this sometimes, especially for streaming, because I worry that everything will be too dark over the stream. You just hit this like 3 times. 1, 2, 3. That's usually all the little added brightness you need. And that maybe that's what you're seeing. Maybe that's what it is that little bit of brightness with the saturation. Because that looks pretty good. Alright, so let's load up. Let's go back. Let's load up. This is my dark elf, I believe. Well, good. She's at home, so this should be okay. Yeah, I've changed a lot of things. I keep changing so many things. I know this is not supposed to be good for your game, but I try to do it in the best way possible. But I know it's not perfect. Nonetheless, this is my dark elf, so let's see. Yeah, so I think what I'm doing is I'm doing 10 saturation, 3 contrast, and 3 bright. Unless, if for some reason I go in, let me show you. If I turn up the brightness here, then you don't want to use that brightness. Because if you combine those, I remember combining these one time and it was way too much. It was just like burn out your eyeballs too much. Now this is supposed to be my dark elf, but to me, let me just check something. That's not quite what I had thought. But that's River. Oh, she's a wood elf, not a dark elf. My mistake. Okay, so anyway, I think that I have basically done the same with her that I did with the others. Let's go back into here. Well, this doesn't show it as well. She's still basically a skin tone. Let's go to one of the others. I apologize. I forgot who was who. Alright, so we don't want River because she's a wood elf, which is basically similar to the others. Maybe this is the dark elf one. Yeah, she's blue. I made her blue. I like blue. Oh, yeah. I moved away from the Seraphim Body, so I've changed things around for that purpose. I did not drop all my mods, though. I still kept quite a few. But, anyway, it's just choices, you know, choices. The Seraphim Body is a really good body. If you want that, there's a lot of stuff made for it. It's really worthwhile on the Xbox. Okay, so here she is, and she's... Whoa, they lost all their stuff. Well, we won't worry about that right now. This will give you an idea of... Well, actually, this will give you an idea of what the saturation does. Look at that. She's like too dark. Of course, she is supposed to be an assassin. That was the whole idea.
Yes.
But this is perhaps too dark. What do you think?
What can I do for you?
Anyway, so let's do the display enhancements for a minute. Alright. Let's just remove everything. There we go. Everything kind of washes out. It's not bad though. I mean, Bethesda's original product is not bad. Let's face it. It's fun. I played it for years. It's just mods makes it, make it a little more fun to fool around with. Okay, so there we go.
Need something?
And wow, she still really seems like she's dark.
Make it quick.
Oh hush, y'all. Give me a second. There we go. Trying to get her turned around so she's in the light.
Speak quickly.
Oh, wrong button. Been playing Fallout and I
something?
sometimes hit the wrong
You
buttons.
want something from me?
Anyway, alright. So let's start from there. And let's do our cinematic options. Let's go ahead and start with the brightness, okay? We'll do 3, 2, 3. Okay, we'll do 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You may find that you want to do less. I do that partly because I want to stream and I want it to be bright and show up good on the stream. And then 3 of these. 1, 2, 2, and 3. Okay, so this...
Yes.
This looks better. This looks more correct. A minute ago, it was so dark. Well, it's still pretty dark, though. Yep. But that's okay. That may be a little oversaturated. Depends on what you like.
What do you need?
Of course, I'm jumping in and out of games, and this is different than it was. So let's find the high elf. Hold on a second. Let me just do this. You can save your current settings. I'm just going to save that. I may play with it some more. But for the blue girl, I think this still works pretty good. If you Oh, that's that version. I have a couple of different versions of this armor, so I could try it. See, even that's a good version of that armor. It looks nice. That armor is just good. But the only thing is, I think my saturation affects that everywhere a little bit. Makes it look a little weird. Now, it may look fine on the stream, but it looks a little off to me here, which is something I'll look at. I usually use that just for its overall hotness, I guess.
Did you need something?
But she's blue anyway, so it shouldn't matter. Anyway, so let's move on to
Did you?
the high elf. I'm not saving any of this. We're just going to take a look. I'm just showing you this so you'll see what I do. I don't know how helpful all that'll be, but you can see how much difference it makes, and if you think it's worthwhile. That mod, the display enhancements, is pretty simple, pretty small. Let's see, that's Daisy. Is that it? That's her. I think this is her. Oh, yep, this is her. Oh, she's it. No, she's. Where is she? There's no telling. All right, let's see. This is the high elf, though. I don't remember what skin tone I gave her. I think it was a purplish skin tone. And I think I gave her a little bit of war paint. I think she's the exception. Because I found a design I liked, and it was just something on her forehead. Yeah, that's it. It looked almost like a tattoo. But I don't do any tattoos. I really don't like tattoos and piercings, so I just avoid those. If you like those, there's some mods out there for that. I haven't tried them myself. Oh, there's her. Oh! I guess she was invisible for a moment. Yeah, you can't really see underneath. Let me take that off. Underneath that circlet, somehow she has a glitch, and she can wear two circlets at the same time. It's unusual. There, that little that's really war paint. Believe it or not. I was trying to do her all magical, like where she could summon creatures and stuff. I'm not sold on the idea yet, so I don't know how well this will work. Oops. That was my mistake. Yeah, she gets 3 little lines on her cheek as well. I think that too is from the war paint. Overall, she didn't look bad. Now, I don't know what her display enhancements are exactly. I would assume that they are the same as the others. Let's load the save settings. It'll be interesting to see. But the first thing it does is it dumps everything, whatever you're currently using. Without that saturation, the game almost goes to black and white. To me, that's how it almost looks black and white. Okay, so that looks okay. I'm not sure that that's right, though. Let's remove all effects. I was curious. I don't know if this saves the settings for each individual character, or if it saves the settings for all the characters. So we're going to find out if we think, which we think it is. 2, there's a cow. 3, there's a giant. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've replaced all one of the mods anyway. 1, 2, 3. It replaces all the giants with giantesses. 1, 2, 3. Let's see what we think.
Need something?
Oh, I think that's the way she looked before. I think that's the same, isn't it? Should we try to talk to her just for fun? I don't know.
Speak, elf.
Well, we
Huh?
could have her wear something. Let's see. How about... let's see. I forget where the Forsworn stuff is. Here we go. No helmet.
Okay, okay. You've talked me into it.
Oh, it didn't work. Okay, that must have been what she was wearing originally. Wow, she's ran away. Oh well, I won't worry about it. It's not really my problem. I was just trying to help. I'm pretty sure she was wearing a Blades outfit. So I'll have to put that back. Anyway, where's the other girl? The other girl was standing around. There she is. Alright. So these are my 2 followers, and she was supposed to be my sorceress or magician, mage. Anyway, alright, so that's it. Those are what I use. Those, and I think this was the girl that you were seeing in the video in the cheat room when I was trying out the different colors, and you see that I made her purple, which I like blue and purple. They're actually, I guess, related colors, aren't they? But that's how I saturate and brighten up my game. I think the display enhancements probably has something to do with it, because it does saturate the game so much. Yeah, and I think, like, if you look at her, I don't think she would be as bright without the saturation. And I mean, we could turn down the saturation under this too. Saturation down, leave everything else the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, there's 6. Sometimes it doesn't take 7, 8. Yeah, see, you can tell. You can tell it just goes back to looking like that. Anyway, so that's it for now. If you have any other questions, let me know, and thanks for watching.